Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, bitch, we got views.
ChadArmesTV in the building. This is the Jelly Roll press conference. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, dude?
Good.
Good, how are you?
Exciting, man.
It is, dude. It's awesome. In a month's time, he's gonna be filling this place up. It's wild. It's pretty crazy that Jelly's gonna have this place filled up in a month's time. It's wild, man. It's becoming a reality, everybody.
Everyone. My name is Dr. Contricia Tharp. I'm a board member for Impact Youth Outreach, and it is an extreme honor and pleasure to stand before you today to discuss the amazing work that Jelly Roll is doing in Nashville. As a Nashville native myself, I have grown up with Jelly Roll. We're the same age, grew up in the same area, and the city loves him. And so it is so amazing to see his growth and his journey to success, but to see that he still cares about the city that birthed him. With this money, what we are excited to do, we are one of many organizations that work with disadvantaged at-risk youth here in Nashville. And what we are wanting to do are expose youth, because that's what Jelly says is part of his story, is that it was not until he was exposed to things and situations and experiences that he wasn't organically exposed to that made the difference. So what is it that we can do as organizations, as a city, as a community, to make sure that kids today, regardless of where they live, regardless of what mistakes they may have made, regardless of what consequences they have to pay, how can we expose those youth to the possibilities of their future? All right, so what we're doing is that we're offering 5 scholarships to area seniors for post-secondary journey, whether that's a traditional 4 or 2-year college, of a trade of any sort, or whether they just want to start their own business. But on top of that, what we also realize is that music is universal, right? It's a healer. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're experiencing in that moment, there's a song, there's a lyric, there's a memory that it brings up. And so through that, we're also excited to open the Jelly Studio at Juvenile, which is where kids will be able to go in, whether write a song talking about their trauma, or start the process for healing. On top of that, we will be feeding the families at Juvenile on Thanksgiving. That meal will be catered by Jelly Roll, Impact Youth Outreach, and the other organizations that we're partnering with, as well as a toy drive at Christmas, and then opening up for some opportunities just to provide needs for underserved, low-income families across the city during the holidays. Jelly, I want to stand up here and just say thank you, right? It's, you've made it kind of to your pinnacle, and it is amazing to see you pour back into a city that loves you just as much as when you lived here and when you were rocking and rolling in Antioch, right? Thank you for your selflessness and for pouring back into kids that can look at you as someone who was once them and see the things that you have accomplished in life, all right? With that being said, it is my extreme honor to announce the man that made this happen. Multi-platinum BMG recording artist, more importantly, Nashville native, right? That makes him a unicorn in all sorts of words. Mr. Jason Jelly Roll D. Ford.
Howdy. This is beyond surreal to me. I grew up right here in Nashville, Tennessee, in Antioch. And to be able to stand here in the lobby of the same arena I've been coming to since shortly after Phil Bredesen announced they were going to build it. This is unreal. And much like Miss Haywood, I can drive all around this city too without GPS. I was born and raised here, and I was telling somebody earlier that Nashville is a town that people come and take from. They come and they party. They make the best memory of their life right here on Broadway. They come and watch the catfish fly right here at the arena. They go watch the Titans tighten up when we're doing decent right across the river. They come and they chase their dreams. They join the medical field. They become big musicians in the music business and make millions of dollars. But they never give back. And as a local kid, I felt like it was important to start addressing the problem hands-on at a community level first. When I was 15, 14 years old, I made a decision that was the first of many to get arrested and charged with a crime. From 14 to 17, I would walk through that revolving door at this juvenile facility right down here, in and out of here, state custody. I've done the undetermined programs, I've done the determined programs, I've sat in B-Pod and waited for a year to get bound over and charged as an adult for a crime I committed when I was 16. As a 37-year-old man, a father of two, a business owner, a community activist, and a philanthropist, unfortunately, I still have to mark that I am a criminal because of a decision I made when I was a kid. I could bore you with the things this prohibits me from doing, but anything from renting a house to renting cars at certain places to carrying life insurance has all been halted because of that decision. And I realized that whenever I was a kid that I would make these decisions because I did not realize there was a bigger decision to be made. You're limited by what you see and what you know. And when you're from the kind of community in which I'm from, you don't know much more. When somebody tells you about somebody that's successful from another community, they might as well be telling me about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I've never seen it except on TV. And I wanted to start this initiative by first giving kids and juveniles something that they could see, something that they could be a part of. And that's why we were proud to partner with Impact and Miss Yolanda Hockett, who's known me a long, long time, Alate Russ as well. A couple of my friends from way back in the juvenile days are here. And it's important, we're gonna put a juvenile studio in that juvenile and teach kids music. Because when I was there, all we had was ping pong and basketball, and I sucked at both. I'm lying, I'm actually really good at ping pong. I'm actually really good at ping pong. It was also important to make sure that we took scholarships because I believe at-risk youth is not just limited to kids who are in trouble. I believe that some kids are in trouble because of no fault of their own that also need help, and we want to help as much as we can. With the Bridgestone show, they haven't told me it's sold out, but they have told me we're opening more tickets, which leads me to believe that it's sold out, which is exciting for me. With the Bridgestone show, we're gonna put our money where our mouth is. We're gonna pledge $250,000 out the gate to this cause. We're gonna pledge every single dollar, and what we project now will be close to the $250,000 mark into the juvenile facilities and aftercare programs and into helping with the Impact Youth Outreach. But I also want to use this money in this moment as an opportunity to reach out. We have more money and we want to give more help. We just need more resources. If somebody has a connection with the state, we want to take what we're doing at juvenile and apply it to every level 3 and every level 4 facility we can in state custody through Tennessee. As a kid that grew up in the Department of Children's Services, I know how much these kids need the help as much as the kids in juvenile. We want to help. This is the beginning of us scratching the surface to a problem that I plan on attacking hands-on with my own money and my own time and my own energy for the next, until I quit doing this shit, really. That's the truth. I hope to make this an annual thing. I hope the Bridgestone will host us annually. But whatever it is, every year we're going to do something and we're going to try to raise more and more money, and we're going to keep in mind these kids and show them opportunities and chances outside of what they know. I think that it is important as a community that we start with our children first. And I think this is an opportunity for people to get behind a cause that I think a lot of people who are watching this or listening right now are unaware of how serious of an issue this is. Juvenile crime rates are skyrocketing. Kids are killing each other every day. It's just getting sad. And as a community, we have to stand up and we have to do something about it. I am challenging my musician friends to come behind you, come from your ivory tower, get from behind your guitar, roll your sleeves up and come down to this juvenile and feed these kids with us and see the problems that we have in this community. While you're riding up and down Broadway and making $250,000 a show, I'd like you to see the side of the city that can't afford dinner. And And I would like to invite everybody on a first-class trip with me anytime you want to go to any one of these neighborhoods to see the side of Nashville that didn't make all the TV shows. With that being said, I thank y'all for coming. This is obviously one of the biggest moments of my life. I cannot believe I'm standing here. I'm shaking nervous, and I'm never nervous. Just because, I mean, this is a big deal, y'all. It's the Bridgestone Arena, and this is a kid that's homegrown here, and, you know, we did this with the intention of making stuff right. We didn't want to announce what we were doing with the money until we sold all the tickets, because we didn't want the tickets to be a scam. We didn't want people to buy tickets because of this. This is something we did out of our heart. We've been doing for the community. We just haven't been doing press conferences and taking pictures. The only reason I chose to do a press conference to take a picture about this issue is I believe that I need to put a spotlight on it. I believe that me standing up and addressing it in a public platform hopefully will create a conversation that needs to be had about something that I'm personally extremely passionate about. And I tell people at 37 years old, I can only imagine how successful I would have been at 27 years old if I would have had the right mentorship and the right things in that juvenile to show me other ways of life. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I'm done talking. Do we take questions or do I leave?